Welcome to Transaction Trending, the Electronic Transactions Association's podcast exploring the cutting edge of payments and fintech. I'm your host, John Losh, Director of Membership and Education here at the ETA. Today, we're discussing the premier certification in the payments industry, known as the ETA Certified Payments Professional, or the ETA CPP. ETA created the CPP to set the standard for professional performance and serve as a symbol of excellence in the payments industry. The CPP signifies that an individual has demonstrated their knowledge and has the skills to perform in today's complex payments industry. By earning the ETA CPP, payments professionals showcase their commitment to excellence and join the ranks of the best in the business. Joining us to discuss the ETA CPP is Maria Cable, Associate Director of Specialized Operations at Maverick Payments. Maria is joining us to share more about Maverick and their journey with the ETA CPP. Not only has Maverick encouraged employees to earn their ETA CPP, but has also had employees participate in the ETA CPP committee to not only keep the certification relevant, but ensure it's at the forefront of the payments industry. Maria, welcome to Transaction Trending. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure.
So before we dive into the conversation, I just wanted to take a moment to thank you and to thank Maverick Payments for your involvement with the ETA CPP. Not only are you investing in the professional development of your staff, but as I said, you're also helping increase the overall validity and the expectations of the CPP by participating on the committee. So just thank you so much for you and the organization involvement with the CPP.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's definitely been our pleasure.
So why don't we start at the top? Let's set the stage a little bit and talk a little bit about Maverick's role in the business and within the industry. Can you talk a little bit about how you all fall into the payments industry?
Sure. We are a full service payment processor. We're definitely focused on technology. And I think what differentiates us from others and our competitors is that we design a platform for our partners where it's a one-stop shop for them, and we're helping them build their, we're helping them build their actual brand, not ours, right? We help them with white labeling approach, whether we have a specialized dashboard that we can white label. So I think it's been very successful for us to be able to do that because we do have a lot of partners out there that want to encourage people to do business with them. You've seen companies that are really large and everybody hears about them, but it's the partners, it's themselves that every day go out and make these companies huge. So it's definitely been a journey, and it's very exciting. And we're really excited when we see our partners grow and we see their names out there. It's very special for us.
That's incredible. Can we talk a little bit about how the CPP fits into that vision? You talked a little bit about the journey and how you're supporting your clients and helping them grow their business. How does the CPP kind of fit into that strategy for your employees?
Well, I think, to be honest, a lot of it is it. First of all, it lets us know who's really serious about this career, right? We offer it to many employees. We start with vetting with the managers, thinking who would be a good candidate. If someone's interested in it, we know that we can give them the opportunity to do this, and we will help them. We'll set up training courses. We will take people from other departments, other managers to set up training. Could it be underwriting, sales, and things like that? And so what it really does help is that it sets the culture for learning. And I think it's almost contagious when everybody starts hearing like, oh, my test is this Friday, my test is this Friday. And other employees hear about it and they get really excited and they say, well, I want to do that. And is it hard? And they see all of these employees kind of better themselves. And I think it's easy also, once they take the test, they can come back to us and say, hey, I didn't score so well on this section. Can we set up opportunities for development? Can we set up goals? And so it just really helps us overall to just ensure that the employees are not just certified, but they continue to grow in their career, whether they're in sales and they want to know more about underwriting, or whether they're in risk and they want to know more about technology, right? So it's a very, very good tool that we use internally to make sure that we are educating our team members properly.
It's incredible. It sounds like you've really built a community internally around the
Yes,
CPP, bringing the staff together and them encouraging their colleagues to take it and to get involved as they
that's
invest in
correct.
their
Yeah.
career. So it's really incredible to hear about the approach that you guys have had and that community that you've built internally. Let's look a little bit and shift towards externally. Has there been a change in perception from those employees that have earned their CPP with their credibility outside the organization as they're interacting with clients and with others in the industry? Has them earning their CPP impacted their credibility in the industry?
For definitely, I think one of the big things is that when we go to all of these, industry shows, to say that the majority of the people representing Maverick at the shows are certified, it really is a big accomplishment. Not only that, but we can share that we have over a 20% of our employees are actually certified. So, and that's just within the last couple of years. So people start recognizing us. We won ISO of the year last year. We are now positioned where people will come looking for us on these shows and say, we want to do business with you. And people know, you go through LinkedIn and you go through all our employees and you see the history and you see all of their experience. And then you add the certification, it's just a really good message that we're sending out that we are serious about not just technology, but our industry and continuing to grow and evolve because we all know that this business evolves all the time.
Yeah, it's constantly changing. So it really kind of
Constantly.
helps to show not only with your customers but others in the industry that your staff is paying attention to how those chains are trending and that they have the certification to back it up.
Yes, and it used to be where you could say I have 20 years experience and it was a positive thing. And nowadays some people kind of get discouraged because they say, well, are you up with the day? Like, are you up to date with everything, the new technology? The fact that you've been in the business, are you kind of old school? And so the fact that we have many employees that are new to the industry or employees that have been in the industry for 40 years, but we just share that love for continuous to grow and know that there's got to be changes. And if not, just you're not going to be able to offer your merchants or your partners the best that this industry has to offer. And I think being part of the ETA is a big, big help for us.
That's really an amazing perspective on how that kind of connects those with a variety of experience levels together. That's
Right.
amazing to hear. So let's shift a little bit. Are there been
Mhm.
any specific impacts or tangible things that you've observed of staff that have earned their CPP?
Yeah, so we've actually had a few people get promoted after taking the test and becoming certified. Um, Once we offer this to them, they kind of realize like they're not just doing it for themselves, they're doing it for me because when I leave, if I leave, I take that certification with me so that they know we're not just giving them something that they can use while they're in the company. It's something that we're investing in them and more people. I think it really has. We've had maybe 3 promotions within the last year of people that have become certified and would just kind of come in and do their job day to day. But once we had that investment in them, they realized like, wow, I want to grow with this company. And, they came to their managers and had those conversations. And, we know that they were serious. And so it's kind of astonishing to see what a change it could do to just an employee who wants to come in, do their job, clock out, and then to see that growth in them, it's amazing.
And I'm sure that's also an indicator that now they're in the business. They're not just
That's
here for
right.
a job. They're a payments
Exactly.
professional.
Correct.
That's incredible. So how does the CP fit into kind of the future of Maverick Payments, not only from a company perspective, but also from that employee and staff retention side?
So we will continue to offer the sponsorship. We usually sponsor anywhere from 10 to 15 people at least once a year. Depending on what's going on, we might do it twice a year. I know that there's testing, I think 4 times a year. But we will try to at least get a group of team members in at least 2 of those. It gives us time to do the training, especially for people in departments that might not be too familiar with the whole industry, right? We have people in underwriting that might just be specialists in underwriting, and they need that time to study. So we will continue to do that. We will continue, like I said, I mentioned before, it actually helps us know and set goals for these employees to say, hey, they come to us and they say, I need help with this. Or sometimes, believe it or not, we actually had one employee who say, I love what I do, but after studying all of this, I want to go move to this department. Is that an option? And of course it is. You know, we want you to grow. We don't, if you feel like you found another niche, let's go for it. And we want to continue to do that and offer that for our employees.
Yeah. It's interesting that I think that it's not always a straight path in this industry,
That's
right?
right.
There's a lot of different areas across
Yep.
payments and a lot of different ways that you can make an impact. So it's amazing to hear that this is encouraging people to really find their home, really, and what's going to
That's
make the
right.
most
Yep.
impact for them.
That's
That's
correct.
amazing. So kind of wrapping up our discussion here, we've talked a lot about the culture that you all have built around the CPP and how it's built that community. What advice would you have for others? Say there's another payments company that hasn't been involved with the ETA or CPP and are looking to grow that amongst their staff. What advice would you give to them based off of your experience?
Definitely have to do it. And when you do it, you need to invest because you do not just have to go in and say, hey, we're going to sponsor you. We also need to take the time to set up training sessions with them, and the ETA offers them. So we've actually, this last session, we had a lot of employees that were newer to the industry. So we set up, I think it was 4 different sessions where ETA members spent an hour on a webinar with our employees. We spoke to all the managers, and it was something that they were actually getting training from members of the, specialists from the ETA. So we wanted to make sure that we gave them the opportunity to succeed. And not only that, but I think one of the things I haven't mentioned is just some of the webinars you have once a month or a couple times a month. We allow our employees and we encourage them to join those webinars because it is a continuous growing industry, like I mentioned before. So it's not just about taking the ETA and then you're done. It's continuing to join these webinars and learning about the industry and the changes that are coming.
Well, Maria, thank you so much for taking the time today. We really appreciate your insights and your support at the continued ETA CPP. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure.
Well, that brings us to an end of today's episode of Transaction Trending. We'd like to thank our guest, Maria Cable, Associate Director of Specialized Operations at Maverick Payments, for sharing more about the company's journey with the ETA CPP. Now that electronic payments are ubiquitous across society, it's increasingly important to invest in our workforce in order to continue servicing our businesses and consumers. The ETA CPP represents a significant milestone in an individual's payments journey, and the ETA is honored to continue supporting professional development of the industry. For those looking to learn more about the ETA CPP or other educational resources for staff like the online Payments 101 and 201 courses, visit us at electran.org. I'm John Losh, and until next time, keep innovating and continue investing in your payments journey.